Hello, vlog people. What's a name? What's a good name? Kaylee's here too. What's a good name for, like, what do I call them, like, people who watch this?
Okay. Sexy geniuses.
Fucking sexy geniuses that watch this vlog? Or fucking sexy...
Only sexy geniuses watch this vlog. Funny, sexy geniuses.
It's kind of dope, actually. I kind of like that. Look, here's the point. Point is, we're on a little road trip right now. Where you're going? Thanks for asking. Going to up north to the Bay Area, where I'm from, where I grew up, Orinda, California. It's very close to Berkeley, Oakland, San Francisco, and going up to see my parents and also do shows. And right now it's Thursday and we're making the trek. So before we go pee, I just want to document how we're doing road trips the opposite of how you're supposed to. Look at all the beverages. Water, a juice box. We got a Starbucks pink drink. We have Perrier. We have coffee over there. Water, another Perrier. I mean, this is just like a peeing contest at this point. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm trying to stay hydrated.
Well, too hydrated, if you ask me.
Oh no.
This is my childhood home I grew up in until I was like 8 years old. Beautiful. Well, we made it to Orinda. Kaylee's chilling. Impossible Burgers, cooking on the grill. Look at this beautiful backyard. Look at this. We got my mom's cats here. This is Waffles. And this is Timmy. So Thursday night was an outdoor show at a brewery. The show itself was very interesting. It was a very interesting setup. You were basically on the sidewalk of a brewery. Like, you were on the sidewalk and there was a fence in front of you. And then the crowd was here, and they were all spread out at various different tables and benches, and they had these two like shipping containers and people were in the shipping containers for some reason. I still don't understand why that was a thing.
It's popular in college that every time he's got it in the back. The Baptist, St. John the Evangelist, St. John the Flatulent, St. John the Bartender. Which one? We have the VIP shipping container. That's really great. This is good. So you guys are like a rent-a-crowd or some shit. Just when the show's done, just on the next venue. What is the next? We're doing an outdoor show in San Francisco. Bring the crowd. Bring them. Let's go. Bring the fucking U-Haul. Let's get Cheryl, Diana, Jim. Let's get them all there.
It turned out to be really fun. It was definitely kind of an interesting setup. I was very loose. I had fun. I fucked around a lot.
Where? If you don't work at this company, do you mind if I ask where you do work?
Oh yeah, decathlon.
At where?
Decathlon.
Decathlon? Like you compete in decathlons, or is there some tech startup?
You know what decathlon is? That's right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Nobody knows.
The world's largest sports retailer. Oh, okay. I thought you just compete in decathlons. That's my job. That'd be kind of a dope job. What do you do? I bike, I swim, I run, I fucking kayak.
People would walk by you during the set, which happened a few times.
This is a new song? Thank you guys. I had to rush through that fucking punchline as I saw them coming. I saw them, it was like 3, 2, finish, say the last line, say the last line, say the last line. There's no regard. I love people like that. Just didn't give a fuck. I love the confidence. I wish they just got right in the shipping container. That would have been dope as shit. Right in. Back home.
So Friday night, I had 2 shows. The first one was at a place called Comedy Oakland. Normally it's upstairs of a restaurant, and it's like this little kind of comedy club set up, and it's awesome. I love that show. But now they moved to a new location, and it's basically inside of a hotel, like in like a little banquet room. And I was very skeptical about what it was gonna be, but it was actually kind of a cool setup. It felt like a little comedy club. And when I got there was only like, man, I want to say like 20 people.
Spreadsheeter. And turns out I read over 100 books.
Right before I went on, I was gonna go set up my camera, and then I realized I forgot my fucking battery at home. So I was real upset about that. And there was like no people at the show. I was like, ugh, like this is like, you know, kind of dreading it. And I went up and this crowd was like so fun and nice. That was my favorite show of the whole weekend, was that show, of course. I basically only did material that night, and I don't really feel comfortable having that material out right now, so there's not gonna be any really clips from that show. But from there, Kaylee and I ran over to San Francisco for a show I've never done before. It's at this place called Emperor Norton's Booze Land. Fucking who knows. Okay, first show done. We're in San Francisco. Just to give full context, the area of the show is a little dicey. It's a 2-minute walk. We're trying to look very tough and intimidating. Someone fucks with us. Kaylee put her sunglasses on. Very cool, yep. I said that she should put her hood up too, so like no one fucks with her, you know? Let me see. Nice. Well, now you can't see anything. You're gonna bump into street poles.
Snow or something. That's what I imagine the future is like. Just old man waving translucent dildos at.
That was the show I was looking forward to the most, and that was actually probably the most disappointing show of the whole weekend. I just didn't have that good of a set. I don't know what it was. I did the same material that's been working for a while, and the crowd we just never connected. It would be like a few people over here laughed, a few people over here laughed, few people here, like it was very weird and selective. And I just never, I was doing 12 minutes, I got them like 10 minutes in. Like it took that long to like get a big laugh. Like I even saw one woman off to the side who, no joke, this was her face the whole show. It was a weird one. And again, I wouldn't have had any footage from that anyway, so of all the nights to forget my camera, pretty good night. So now Saturday comes around, and this is when the trip starts to get kind of stressful. With the COVID stuff, it was a pretty big concern. And truthfully, like with all the stuff about Delta and all the numbers going up, like knowing that, I wouldn't have come home. But I booked these shows so far in advance, and also, you know, COVID was okay. We knew it was going to be weird coming home, and we were have to figure out how to do it safely. But I didn't want to cancel. I had 5 shows booked. Like I didn't feel right canceling those shows, and we knew that after Friday night, we would basically have to keep our distance for the rest of the trip. So you know, we'd have to like hang out wearing masks and just keep a distance, and it was a bummer. Like I felt very stressed because it's like I don't want to be the reason somebody gets sick. It was really hard. We made the best of it. Kaylee and I went and checked out a potential new like condo that my mom's looking at. That was very fun.
Mm-hmm. So just thinking about that. But this is very nice. Really nice high ceilings.
Yeah, it always makes it feel bigger when the ceilings are high.
Definitely.
Bro, what you know about these boots right here? What's up with that fit?
I also wanted to do something special since this is the first vlog that I was home for. I wanted to kind of interview my mom. So here it is.
The real deal.
I know, but you don't have like
Who cares?
dishes.
Make sure you're filming this, by the way. So this is a new segment that we're starting. I don't know who we are, but I'm starting on the vlog called Will Talks to His Mom. And you can pan over to see Mom. She's looking very trendy in her glasses and hat. With the mask on, you were like, you could be a spy. No one would know who you are, but now we can actually see your face, which is nice.
I'm thinking about that for my next profession.
What, a spy? Mom Spy, coming soon to theaters. Slow down, you guys are going too fast. I wanted to know your reaction, like, when I wanted to actually do stand-up.
It was clear to me that that was your passion and you were very focused on it. So to me, you know, I saw my role as being, you know, wanting to support you in pursuing that, because I know what it's like to have a passion for an art form that you want to pursue professionally and not be encouraged to do that. And it made total sense to me. And I felt also like, you know, what's the worst thing that's going to happen here? It won't work out. You know, I always feel like an important goal in life is to not, at least my goal was always to not be an old person with a bunch of regrets, you know?
Yep.
To me, that's the worst thing you could be.
Totally.
So I always feel like whatever you want to do, try it. And if you fail, then you'll try something else.
At least you
And-
tried it. Yeah, totally. I've always had the same thought of like, I especially like when you're young, it's like that's the time to like do the thing that you wanted to do. Because yeah, you don't want to look back and be like, man, if I only tried
Yeah.
stand up, like.
Yeah, and I mean, I went back to music.
Yeah, she's a musician, by the way. If people don't know, look her up on like Spotify and iTunes. It's just Kate Burkart. So just wanted to give you a quick plug there. Yeah, so she's qualified to give it artistic advice. Is basically what I'm trying to say. I know a lot of you were like, who's she to say? That's why. Now, 6-7 years into it, like now, how do you feel about like maybe how it's going or like where I'm at?
You've never taken your eye off the ball, and you're so focused, and you're doing it, and you're funny, and I'm very proud of you.
Oh, well, that concludes the new segment.
Thank you for having me.
The one and
was
only
fun.
guest. And shout out to Kaylee for being the camera woman. Killing it nice. Well, we can cut to something different now.
The 2 shows I had that night, this was the craziest night. I was supposed to have an 8 o'clock show in San Francisco and then a 9:30 show at that Comedy Oakland place. Because of how crazy COVID was getting and the ticket sales were kind of low, Comedy Oakland decided to combine their 2 shows into one show at 8 o'clock. So now I had one show in San Francisco at 8 o'clock and then a show in Oakland at 8 o'clock. It takes like 25 minutes to get between them. So basically, I have to go up first in San Francisco, fucking bolt over the Bay Bridge and get up like at the end. The first show was at a place called Mr. Bing's. The funniest part of this whole weekend is like the names of these venues like did not inspire a lot of confidence and like bragging rights. Like San Francisco, it's like, oh, you're doing San Francisco. What are you doing? Cobb's Comedy Club? You doing the Punchline? I'm like, no, I'm doing Emperor Norton's Booze Land and Mr. Bing's. It's just like, fucking, hey, the career's going pretty well, huh?
Just making that the excuse. I'm like, this whole time, I've never had sex. But, I'm ready. I'm happy.
And it was kind of another weird crowd that I couldn't really connect with. I got him like halfway through. I think mainly just because I was getting frustrated and I was like, all right, fuck it. What do you guys want to talk about? And then all this happened.
What do I want to talk about now? Do I talk about sex, fucking? Do I talk about that? Like, I don't know what you guys want.
Apples.
What was that?
Apples.
Apples?
Apples.
Apples? Alright, hey, this is a fucking town hall meeting. Relax. Jesus Christ.
Hey, what high school did you go to?
What high school I go to? Are you a bully? That sounded really aggressive. That's like the guy that bullied me. Hey man, what high school did you go to, fucking pussy? And then she's like, apples! I'm like, not now, Diane. I'm dealing with a bully right now. What if that was the Tourette's you had? You're just like, apples! Oranges! What would you say her name was?
Karen.
Karen, that makes sense.
So the show gets done there. Big shout out to my girlfriend Kaylee for she was a beast this whole trip. Not only dealing with all the COVID stuff, but we drove to San Francisco and I had parking is impossible. And so I had to jump out and she found parking while I was about to go up. And then she came downstairs 2 minutes before I went up. I was like, how did you pull that off? She's like, yeah, found a spot. And then after the show, we fucking run to the car. Okay, first show done. Run into the car. All right, well, see you in Oakland. Get in the car and fly to Oakland. And then I get there and same thing. It's like, can't find parking. And she's like, all right, jump out, I'll find parking. So nice. And I get it, I walk in the venue and it's actually pretty packed in Comedy Oakland, more packed than last time. And I was pretty excited because even with a light crowd, that shit was banging. And I get there and they're like, all right, you're up in 5 minutes. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Sure enough, Kaylee walks in 2 minutes before my set again. I'm like, how the fuck did you pull this off? She's like, man, I found a spot. I'm like, you're a superhero. And I had a 15-minute set and it went pretty well. It was not exactly how I wanted it to go, but it still went well. I had some fun moments with the crowd.
I'll figure it out. I'm a professional. No, I'm doing good, thank you, Mom. Thanks for coming on the show. I believe in you. It's always nice when an audience goes, you're doing great, keep going. That makes me feel real good as a man. I really appreciate that. Because I should be taking control of it, but she's like, oh, keep going. I'm like, okay. I'm trying. In this hotel seminar that I'm throwing. Did you have a job the whole time or no? You had a job? What was your job? Or what is your job, I guess?
Data science.
Data science? Yeah, that's cool. I totally know what that is. I definitely know what that is. Data science. What kind of things do you do data science? I know the follow-up question to ask. How's the data looking? Financial crimes. And now we're getting somewhere. Now I know what the second word means, so that should be good. Financial crimes. That's cool. That's a cooler thing than financial. I already forgot the fucking job. Financial data science. Data science. Data scientist. Go next time. It's like, I work with crime. Ooh. What's the like? How does crime involved in what you do?
I work for a bank, so I have to monitor the transactions for crimes.
Oh shit! Really? You monitor the transactions for crimes? Like if someone like comes in with a mask on, you're like, wait. That's a crime.
Overall, it was a great trip, but it was a very stressful trip. But yeah, another wild ride. Thanks for watching. I super appreciate it.
The ocean breeze, you get a tan, get stung by a jellyfish on your penis. That's a fun life.
What?
I don't know. What? Yeah, this whole thing is what? I don't fucking know. I mean, what? This is the whole, my whole set is what? What are you talking about? That's the part that was like, whoa, jellyfish on the penis? I don't know what he's talking about. And that was the last straw for her. I've been following this long. The jellyfish on your penis? I'm out. I don't like this fucking guy anymore.